Today we're going to be examining the philosophical question, is anything truly selfless? Or, is anything truly altruistic? Now before we prove or disprove altruism, first we need to know what the heck it is. Altruism was first coined by the 19th century French philosopher Auguste Comte. He's the father of sociology and the creator of positivist theory. This theory serves as a scientific, fact-based type of reasoning in which the word positive stands for the factual. He coined the term altruism as roughly a moral right in which one sacrifices himself to benefit another with complete disinterest in oneself. An example would be if person A is flipping through a magazine and they see that the Fight Against Malaria Foundation is asking for donations. They say that for just $100 a month, you're able to save dozens of people, and your money will go towards their lab expenses, medical costs, and food and shelter for victims. Person A decides that they can help and dedicates half their paycheck each month to go towards this foundation. The idea that goes into this type of altruism is that if you give to others, eventually others will give back to you. I scratch your back and you scratch mine, and nobody goes without help, and ultimately everybody is happy. However, one could argue that this isn't altruistic at all. Imagine person A gets a letter in the mail thanking them for their donation. They're able to see that they directly helped several people. At this point, person A feels pretty good about themselves. They don't regret their choice, they're happy where their money went, and overall they're put in a pretty good mood. Even if they were to not get that letter of recommendation, they still have an increased sense of their moral virtue and an increased sense of self-esteem. Now imagine this donation made person A feel terrible. They feel incredibly guilty for doing it, and it lowers their self-esteem significantly. Do you think person A would still do it? Probably not. But perhaps this isn't true altruism. If we go back and look at the key elements of the definition, self-sacrifice, bereft of benefits, and self-interest are some of the key elements in altruistic behavior. And since person A benefited emotionally and was recognized for their efforts, maybe scenario 1 isn't the best example. In our second scenario, a grenade is thrown among a troop and one soldier, Soldier X, throws himself upon it in an attempt to save his troops. He does so successfully but dies in the process. Scenarios such as this, in which one sacrifices their life for another, are often coined as true altruism, because Soldier X didn't live to receive any benefits such as recognition, an award, or even knowledge that he executed the maneuver successfully. He dies unknowing if he really saved anybody at all. So is this the ultimately sacrificial deed? Famous 19th century nihilist and spooky man Max Stirner would say, no. German philosopher Max Stirner argued that altruism doesn't exist at all, and when examining the soldier and his troop scenario, argued that Soldier X was driven by his fulfillment of duty and benefited from self-righteousness, pleasure, and excitement in those few moments leading up to his death. Therefore, Soldier X, despite his ultimate death, was positively impacted by feeling an incredible sense of heroism and fulfillment in his moral virtues. Ultimately, the existence of altruism will differ among people who hold different beliefs in things like an afterlife, karma, religion, or other spiritual ideals. The last question I'll leave you with is this. If altruism does truly exist, do you think it's a positive force in our society? Or maybe you agree with those like Ayn Rand, who think altruism is self-destructive. Whatever you conclude, thank you for watching, even though you technically didn't really have a choice.